Hello everyone, Bridget with Altenew. I'm here to walk you through the Build a Garden Grand Carnations bundle of products. Within this bundle, you will receive a 6x8 stamp set with 2 outline images, 3 leaves, and 10 sentiments, a 5-piece stencil set. Within this set, you will get both simple coloring and layering stencils. On the back of the packaging, you can see the stencils included, a mini ink blending tool, and for an additional purchase in the shop, there is an add-on die set that cuts the 2 outline images, that's 4 sentiments and 3 leaves. There's a quick peek at the dies. Now we're going to take a closer look at our trifold. There's lots of great information in here. There's an indication of a stencil set, the layering guide, and 2 full-sized examples. Here are the 2 full-sized examples. If you look on the back, it indicates the colors and additional supplies used. The layering guide is in the center, and on the right, there are 2 color examples with a list of the colors used for each of the examples. The stencil will show on each step which color was used from the colors above. If you see a section that is grayed out, no worries. That just simply means you are not working on that portion of the stencil in this step. We're going to go ahead and we'll get started. We're going to begin with stencil number 1, section A1, and Wisteria ink. I really love having these mini blending tools as they can cover bigger areas like this on our stencil, and they also can get into those nice small areas, and you have great control over the amount of color you want to add. I'm showing you right there, there's a little bump that is helpful in lining up the A2 portion of the stencil. We are still on stencil number 1, and now we're working with hydrangea. I'm going to show you a quick tip with a bone folder. If you have a delicate stencil and you're a little heavy-handed, just push down with your bone folder the stencil and do your ink blending around it. That way, your stencil won't move and you won't cause any undue damage to your delicate stencil, but you still get the beautiful effect. We're going to move on to B1 on stencil number 1. We're still working with hydrangea ink. We'll blend that on and get that space taken up so we have our buds. We're now moving to B2, and we're going to switch to the ultraviolet ink, and we're still on stencil 1. Now we're moving on to stencil number 2, and I'm showing you that there is an etched outline to help in assisting you lining up your image. We are working with C1 and Minty Mint ink on this step. And if you want to add more depth and dimension, you can by adding just a little bit more ink in certain areas. We're now moving on to C2. We're remaining on stencil number 2, but we will be switching as well to Sweet Leaf ink. It's such a beautiful combination with the Minty Mint and the Just Green we'll use in a moment. Now we're moving to stencil number 3 with the Just Green ink. And it's a beautiful trio of colors to add to our stems. Get that blended on and feel free to add more depth and dimension like I mentioned before. That finishes off our first carnation. We're moving on to the second one. We are on stencil 3 and we are working on D1 with Rose Quartz ink. We're now moving to D2 with Puffy Heart ink. We're still on stencil number 3, and you could use your bone folder again as this is a delicate stencil as well. We'll peel that off and move on to E1 on stencil 3 with Mountain Mist ink. Now we're going to move on to stencil number 4, and we will be doing the beautiful Volcano Lake on E2. Now we're on stencil number 4 on E3 with Lagoon. And that will finish off our carnations. We're going to move on to the leaves. So we are working with F, and that is on 4. That is with Volcano Lake. F2 is with Lagoon on stencil 4. We're moving right along onto G, and that is with Volcano Lake. G2 will be with Lagoon. These are all on stencil 4. And we have only one little leaf left, H, and that will be with Volcano Lake for H1, and H2 will be Lagoon, and that's all on stencil 4 still. Here's some inspiration from our amazing designers. To find out more about Build-A-Garden Grand Carnations and other available products, please visit us at altenew.com.